to Polish residents claim to have found a train carrying Nazi gold and jewelry that disappeared near Wrocław in 1945. According to local media, they want 10% of the treasure's value for this information. The treasure hunters told a law firm about their find. According to them, they found an armored train full of gold bars, jewelry, and weapons. Authorities in the southwestern Polish city of Wolbzyk confirmed that they were approached by a law firm representing the interests of two people who found an armored train from World War II. In the final months of World War II, an armored train loaded with gold and other treasures left Breslau, now Wrocław. It entered one of the tunnels under the Al Mountains, which was part of the unfinished secret Project Giant, near Wolbzyk, and has since been believed to be somewhere in the labyrinth of tunnels and shafts. According to legend, the train was carrying up to 300 tons of gold, jewelry, weapons, and art masterpieces. The Nazis loaded the gold and jewelry onto the train, which left what was then Breslau, now Wrocław, in May 1945, before the city was liberated by Soviet troops at the end of World War II. The train allegedly entered a tunnel near Księżyc Castle in Polish Silesia and was never seen again. The tunnel has since been closed, and the missing train has not been remembered. According to one local newspaper, the train was armored and belonged to the Wehrmacht. Several people in the past have made many attempts to find the train and even damaged the tracks along the way, but they couldn't find anything, says local historian Joanna Lamparska. Theories about the existence of underground train tunnels in the Wolbzyk area appeared immediately after the war. Back in 1946, one of the first people to participate in the search for the train was a resident of Wolbzyk, Tadeusz Wojciechowski. According to him, shortly after the war, several Germans who remained in Wolbzyk worked on the railway. One of them found a walled-up entrance to the tunnel. Out of fear of losing his life, he did not tell anyone about the find and only confessed on his deathbed to a certain Schultz. Schultz, in turn, told Tadeusz Wojciechowski about the tunnel as a token of gratitude for saving his life. The Pole spent his entire life trying to find the train, but he never found it. Treasure hunters have also been looking for gold for decades. The Polish Secret Service also searched, but they failed to find anything in the tunnels except a few old coins. During World War II, a huge tunnel system was built in these areas by order of Adolf Hitler, the purpose of which remains unknown. There are suggestions that tunnels were dug in the area of Księżyc Castle because Hitler wanted to set up his headquarters there. In the 1970s, the security service of the Polish People's Republic became interested in the train. Major Stanislaw Siorek was in charge of the search for the train. According to Słowikowski, in the 1970s, a security service officer came to him and demanded a German map, which was supposed to indicate the location of the train. Soon after, the map was supposed to end up on Siorek's desk. According to Słowikowski, Siorek failed to find the train. The officer died after retiring in 1998. In 1977, Słowikowski and Piotr Kruszyński were going to file a complaint with the local prosecutor's office to conduct research in the area of the Wolbzyk-Śródmieście station. In 2003, Słowikowski reported the results of his investigation to the authorities and received permission to conduct field work. Soon after, Słowikowski began receiving threats demanding that he stop further activities. As part of the search for the Golden Train, on November 26, 1982, a group of researchers discovered 1,354 gold coins weighing more than 6 kilograms in the vicinity of Lubisz. The find was kept secret, and some of the coins were later illegally sold abroad. The deal was carried out by Polish intelligence agents. In May 1995, Władysław Sobieski signed an agreement with the Ministry of Finance to search for the train, but found nothing. At the end of August 2015, A law firm on behalf of the treasure hunters, a Pole and a German, informed the authorities of the Wolbaziev County district that a train had been found. As stated in the letter, the train was 150 meters long. The cargo was weapons, precious metals and other valuables. In exchange for 10% of the value of the cargo, they were ready to reveal the location of the train. A representative of the treasure hunters compared the find to the discovery of the wreckage of the Titanic. The officials were wary of the message, according to Marie Kotakarska, an employee of the district council. The fact that the men hired a law firm inspires confidence. However, she noted that in one of the letters from the lawyers, there was some confusion with the topography, which reveals a lack of knowledge of the area. Nevertheless, the authorities decided to seriously look into the information received. A few days later, the Deputy Minister of Culture of Poland, Piotr Zachowski, said that he was 99% sure that the train existed. According to him, he saw a picture from a ground-penetrating radar, which showed the outlines of carriages and weapons. "We will be 100% sure only when we find the train," he said. According to the official, the train was discovered thanks to a certain person who, before his death, said that he loaded the train with gold in 1945. He also reported the possible location of the train. Who this person is unknown. The media has already called his revelations a dead man's map. Piotr Zachowski said that, according to the law, all discovered property belongs to the state. However, according to him, those who found the train can count on a 10% reward. The World Jewish Congress has already put forward its claims to the treasure, since the gold may belong to concentration camp prisoners. BBC correspondent in Warsaw Adam Easton reports that no official documents confirming the existence of the golden train have survived. However, it is known that in 1942-43, the Nazis used prisoners of war to build over 9 kilometers of underground tunnels under the city of Wolbaziev, which were to house military factories. Some of these tunnels are now open to the public. The city's deputy mayor told reporters on Wednesday that information about the train's location, as well as the names of the 2 treasure hunters who found it, are being kept secret. In late August 2015, news began circulating about 2 unidentified men who learned of the hidden gold train from a deathbed confession. They were later identified as Peter Koper from Poland and Andreas Richter from Germany, co-owners of the digging company XYZSC. Through their lawyers, the men began secret negotiations with the Polish government to pay them 10% of the train's value for information leading to its discovery. The exact location of the train was to be revealed after the relevant documents were signed. Koper and Richter later claimed that the information about the negotiations had been disclosed by the Polish government, causing the world media to make a fuss about the situation. On August 28, Polish Deputy Minister of Culture Piotr Lakowski announced that ground-penetrating radar images taken by Koper and Richter confirmed with 99% certainty that a 100-meter-long train had been discovered underground. On September 4, Koper and Richter revealed themselves to the public for the first time, breaking their previous anonymity. They stated that the exact location of the train had been communicated to the Polish authorities. Images taken with a KS-700 ground-penetrating radar were also published, showing an artificial shaft 50 meters deep with something inside. Koper and Richter believed that the train was located near a 4-kilometer section of the Wrocław-Wolbaziev line of the Polish State Railways at the 65th kilometer. A stream of tourists, adventurers and media people from all over the world has flooded the provincial Polish town of Wolbaziev. Everyone wants to witness a sensational discovery. The legendary train with the treasures of the Third Reich, which is 300 tons of gold, precious stones and jewelry, is about to be found. Searchers have been hunting for it since 1945. Meter by meter, they have explored the labyrinths of the 200-kilometer dungeon. The cost of the possible find is estimated at $10 billion. The train may be underground, in a labyrinth that was built 70 years ago. The place of the find may be mined, so the train itself has not yet been taken out from under the ground. Local residents assume that the military may intend to demining the site of the upcoming excavations in Nixius Castle. This castle is located on a hill, under which there are many passages and tunnels built by prisoners of concentration camps during World War II. Polish military police are trying to prevent unauthorized excavations in Nixius Castle, where the so-called Golden Train, with valuables looted by the Nazis, is believed to have been discovered. At the end of September, the Polish military, at the request of the regional governor, began clearing the area of trees and searching for possible mines. On October 4th, the military confirmed that there were no explosives or other hazards at a depth of up to a meter. The excitement over the discovery of the train in the Wałbrzych area has increased the number of tourists. The Polish authorities have called on everyone to abandon the search for the train. Since it is highly likely to be mined, it is hard not to believe in the existence of the train. At the end of the war, the Germans were massively removing confiscated valuables from the territories occupied by the Allies. In 1944, a train with valuables was sent from Budapest, which was eventually captured by the Americans. The cargo was stolen, and almost nothing was returned to the owners. And in 1945, thousands of gold bars and art objects were discovered in the tunnel system in Germany. In May 2016, despite the opinion of outside experts that the train did not exist, Koper and Richter obtained permission from the Polish State Railways to begin excavations. The excavations began on August 15, 2016, with a team of 64 people, including engineers, geologists, chemists, archaeologists and military sappers. The excavations reportedly cost €116,000 and were financed by private individuals and voluntary donations from citizens. The excavations were stopped after 7 days when no tracks, tunnels, or trains were found. What was supposed to be a train on the ground penetrating radar turned out to be natural ice formations. A Wałbrzych spokesman said the number of tourists had increased by more than 40% in a year, and that the publicity the city has received in the world media has generated approximately $200 million. Our annual budget for advertising the city is 1.5 million zlotys, $380,000. Whether the researchers find anything or not, the Golden Train has already arrived in Wałbrzych. The city's mayor was considering naming a road after Koper and Richter. In early December 2016, Koper and Richter announced their intention to set up a foundation to raise money for drilling to a depth of 20 meters in 2017. During their third attempt in June 2017, with the help of a geophysical company from Warsaw, the team found 7 cavities that were believed to be a railway tunnel. Further exploration required deep drilling, which contractors said would cost at least 100,000 zlotys, about €23,000. The excavations were planned for spring or summer 2018, once sponsors had been found. In August 2018, Richter left the team. Koper announced that he would continue the search. He never found gold, but in January 2019 he made news again when he discovered a series of priceless 16th-century wall paintings during restoration work in an old palace in the village of Struga near Wrocław.